First things first, get an architectural template. This will then open the standard Revit graphical area that we all should be used to at the moment now, that we've used on several occasions. First things first, what I'm going to do is to create some grid lines within the drawing. What I've done is I've zoomed into the drawing just to make it a little bit narrower so that then the grid lines become less sensitive to dimensions, which then makes it just that little bit easier to put in a more exact place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in like 5,000 or 5 meters apart. I'm going to put 7 in. 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in at a different distance just to show you how easy it is to edit them if in case you make a mistake. So again, I've double clicked to come out with a command. Now the double click or click on modify. I tend to use the double click on escape. But click on the reference line, the elevation line, and then click on 5,000 again and change that to 5,000. That then quickly and easily edits the drawing. Then what I'm going to look at doing is just move the elevation signs just out of the way of the grid so they're not sat actually inside the reference lines or the grid lines. I'm not doing any great deal of harm, but it just makes that drawing just that little bit clearer. So now what I've got into there is 7 grid lines. I could, if I wanted to, put some in horizontally across, but I'm not going to do that today because I don't really need them in. What I'm going to do next is double click on the elevation view and then double click on east elevation. As you can see, there are already 2 elevations within the graphical area. First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on level 0, make it blue, and then click on the circle and drag that to the right to have extended, in a sense, the elevation lines. Next thing is to click on elevation. The first one I'm going to put in is just below level 0, and I'm going to make that 1,000. There. Across there, and that's fine. Again, let's escape twice to come out with the command. What I'm then going to do is just change the names and some of the dimensions in these elevation views. Level 2, I'm going to make that our Raft Foundation. Click the last Q. Do you want to rename it? We click yes. I say rename and click that every time. Level 0 then becomes ground level. Again, we click yes to rename it. What I'm then going to do is click on there and change that to 3,000. I can either click there or again click there and just alter that to 3,000. Okay. What I'm now going to do is add another 3 elevations into the drawing. Again, into the elevation line, click up, and I'm going to make each one of these 3,000. So 1, 2, and the last one, 3. Okay, as I say, now that I've got my 6 grids in, 6 elevations in, I'm going to rename them. So level 3 becomes level 2. Again, we click yes when it's asked that question. Level 4 will become level 3. Again, if you press enter twice, it does the same thing as clicking it. And level 5 becomes my roof level. People can call it whichever. People sometimes can call it top level. I tend to go for roof level. And now again click yes. And there is my elevation views in position. And then if I go scroll that into there, what I want to do next is go to Raft Foundation. And what I'm going to do within the Raft Foundation is I'm going to put a slab on that foundation. But first, before I do that, what I want to do is go into my properties, scroll down until I see view range. Click on edit, you'll get this view range management box that will come up there. On view depth, what I want to change that to is instead of having an associated level, click on there and click on unlimited. Click apply and click OK. That will allow us to see our raft on any of the levels that we've created. So as I say, what I'm going to do is create a raft or a floor slab, whichever you like to call it. Now I'm going to go into structure, click on slab. I'm going to do it using freehand. So I click on the man. What I'm trying not to do is always click on that one. I don't want to be anchoring it to the end of that elevation grid reference. Sorry, so I'm coming to there, go across to 25. Left click there, and what I'm trying to do, or what I'm going to do, is put that in at a 45-degree angle. Drag that down to just above the elevation sign. Take it in 10,000. Left click, push it up to 2,000 or 2,500, whichever you choose. I'm going to go for 2,500. Drag that across and left click on the second grid reference. Come down. If you can see, you just see the blue line that's anchoring it to the line on the right hand side. We get that. Okay, now know that that's level with that. Drag it across to that elevation, to that grid reference. What I'm going to look at doing now is going up to there and changing it to start end radius. So I want an arc in there. So click on the end of there. And then what I'll do is I can pull that arc out to that distance there. Okay, so we've got our grid referencing and we've got our slab outlining. Again, tick on finish. That then gives us our first slab. What I need to do is bring in there, and I'm going to change it to consistent colours. Okay, that'll be so that it's always grey for us. So now we can see it on that foundation, on that Raft Foundation level. Just to check that we have got a decent slab in there, let's just go into a 3D view and see what we've got. Create a 3D view. First one. Okay, so we've got our first slab. Now what I need to do is put some slab edges on there. As I say, every time we put a floor slab in, we need to put edges on. So again, what I'm going to do is go to structure, and then I'm going to click on slab. Underneath it, I want to go for slab, and then floor slab edge. There's 2 or 3 ways that we can do this. First thing is there, and click on each edge, and do that, and that'll pick it up. That can be a little bit untidy. So what I'll do is I'll show you this way that I tend to use more often than not. First things first. So I'm going to make sure I'm in structure, and that I'm in slab, and that I've got my floor slab edge. Click on that one. What I'm going to do is hover over the bottom edge of my slab. If you can see that there, the line goes blue. I'm going to hover it. I'm not going to click on it, just hover it. Press my tab key. See where it now selects the whole slab. Now I can left click, and that will put an edge on the actual slab itself. Now then, if I just zoom into that and just rotate that around just to check that we have, and it all looks okay and all looks fine. Again, go into there now, just see what we can do. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to look at doing is to put some floor, or to put some walls on our foundations. So what I need to do is double click on Raft Foundation again, and it'll take us into that actual Raft Foundation from there. So if I go into architectural, the walls that I'm wanting to put on, I want to make structural walls. Click on wall and structural. If I go into the properties and into the edit and into where I can put the basic walls, if I go down to there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on cavity wall below ground. Click on that one. As I say, what we've got in there is Raft Foundation 8,000 minus 8,000 up to level Raft Foundation. I'm going to leave those in there for the moment just to show you a different way in which we can edit them and create a different wall. So what I need to make sure is on location line I've got finish face exterior and make sure that chain is clicked. So click on the tab, and what I'm going to do is just work my way around the actual shape, clicking on the end points of each line. So all I need to do, click right the way around, and this will put our first wall in. Go around, say that one. Again, when we come to this one, because we're going to put the arc in, I need to go back up there and click on start end radius. Again, go and click on the end line, and it'll allow me to put the wall and tab it to the end of the arc from there. Again, two ways in which I can undo it. Click on modify, or just press escape twice. What I need to do is just check that I've actually got a three-dimensional wall on there, or a wall on that view. So what I'm going to do is go into my properties, into project browser, sorry, and I'm going to click on 3D view. And that's the view that you should get with those walls coming that way. Now, as I say, that's not quite right. We don't need them in that direction. It's just a different way of being able to show you how we can modify and alter the walls themselves. So what I'm going to do with these particular walls is I pick on any wall, doesn't matter which one you pick on, and then type in SA. That will select all the walls that we need to look at doing. Now what we've got in here is we've got location line, finish face exterior, which is fine. But base constraint, which is Raft Foundation, again, that's fine. Things that I want to change are, I want to particularly change that from minus 8,000 to 0. And where it says top constraint, what I want to do with that is go into and go up to ground level. So I'm going from there and up to ground level within that actual drawing there. So click on there. I can either click in the screen or I can click apply. Now I've just clicked in the screen, and which is giving us that wall from there. So that's fine. Again, go into my 3D view, or we're in the 3D view. What I want to do is just rotate it around a bit just to check that all the walls are as they should be, especially on the arc, so that they're all clean and tidy, which is fine on that one there. So we're all clean and tidy. So what we can do is we can just carry on with this now, and we're going to start adding some floors to that particular drawing from there. Right, so the next thing that I want to be looking at doing is to try and put a floor in there. Well, not try, but I want to put a floor in there. What I want to do is I want to go to ground level. Double click on ground level. Now, as you can see, I can't see anything within that grid or on that ground level. So again, what I want to do is go into properties, scroll down to view range, edit view range, and again I'm going to go to view depth and level, and I'm going to click on there, and I'm just going to go into there and do that as unlimited. Okay, click apply, and now it will let me see the actual walls that we've created itself. Click OK. What I want to do is I'm going to put a floor in. Now, first things first, what I need to do is go to the architectural level and click on floor. There. Now, as you see, if we go into the properties again, into our edit box, we can start and look for a particular floor that we're going to use. But what I'm going to use is a ground bearing concrete floor with insulation in it. Okay, now click on that one. Now then, we use different ways in which we can pick our lines. On the other one, we use the line to pick it in and put them in. This time, what I'm going to do is pick wall. Use pick wall. Okay, now I'm not going to actually pick each individual wall. Again, similar to the process that when we put the slab edge on, I'm going to hover over it, and I'm going to press my tab key. If you now notice, it's selected the whole part of our wall system. If I left click, it puts a line right in the centre of our walls, and that's what we need it to do. Okay, so that's fine. Again, we move up to the top and we click finish, or in the edit box, and then go and click finish. And what we like to do here is, again, we're asking these questions. We'd like the walls to go up to this floors level to attach to the bottom. We don't want it to do that, so that's a no. What I do want to do is cut the geometry out though, so it doesn't overlap any walls or anything like that, so that's a yes. And as you can see, we've got our flooring at that particular level now. Again, let's go to 3D and let's just see what it looks like as we go into 3D view, which is fine. Now I've got it highlighted in there, and what I'm going to do, or what I want to do, is copy that floor and move it up. So first things first, if I go into the clipboard and then copy it to clipboard, that's fine. Then what I can do is click on there, paste a line, and go for a line to selected levels. Click on the selected level. All I want to do, it's on ground level, what I want to do is move it to level 1. Click on level 1 and click OK. Then as you can see, it puts our floor in just above that ground level there. I don't want that particular floor in there though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it highlighted, and I'm going to wear in the properties, and I'm going to change it to a normal concrete floor, so 160mm concrete floor. Click on that one, and as you can see, it changes it into there. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, we've got our 3D view with our floor within that area there. So when I've got into there now, I've got this particular floor in there now. So what I want to do now is I want to create a balcony on that particular floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that floor, open it while it just sets itself. So it's highlighted that particular floor there. Okay, so I've highlighted it and move up, and I'm going to edit boundary. Okay, and as you can see now, I've got the edit lines onto there. So what I need to do now is just go into level 1. That'll make it just that bit easier to actually see the drawing itself. So go into edit boundary. I'm going to pick on that line there, across there, drag that across, and then I'm going to make that 2000 or 2150, because we can alter it at a later date. Okay, again, I'm going to finish and click on finish, and that puts our slab in there. As you can see, it's just a white one now. So again, I'm going to go down to the actual visual style, click on visual style, and make that consistent colours. So now, as you can see, it's grey again. So let's just check that. So if I go to 3D view, and now I've got my floor in that particular view there. What I want to do next is copy that floor up to level 2 and to level 3. So again, I'm going to highlight it. Then I'm going to go across to my clipboard. Make sure that I click on clipboard. It's most probably already still on there, but I'm just going to click on there just to make sure. Then I'm going to go to paste the line. Click on paste the line. And what I want it to be on is level 2 and level 3. I'll click on level 2. Press my control key, click on level 3 and click OK. If you notice now, it's given us some height to our actual building itself. So now I've got 1, 2, 3 levels to my actual building. Okay, that's fab. So the next thing that I want to be looking at doing is I want to put some walls now on the actual ground level itself. So in the project browser, I'm going to go and double click on the ground level itself. Okay, I'm going to zoom into that so I can see it just that little bit clearer. What I want to do is, again, put some walls on. I'm going to walls, and I'm going to again use structural walls across there. Now I've got into there, now I'm going to save it, but I'm not going to save it for the moment because I don't need to. I'll click on cancel. So within the walls, I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to change my wall to a cavity wall. It's 102 millimetre wall with a 75mm insulation and 100mm inner thickness, and it's got a plasterboard inner coating. I've picked on that. Now it's remembered within this information here what I've got finished face exterior, and it's got chain link inside there. Now again, different ways in which we can choose our walls. We can either pick the line and pick each individual line as we go around. I don't want to particularly do that, so I want to use this tool here, which is pick line. If I click on pick line, making sure that all the information is still the same, and if I pick the outside edge of that line and pick that wall there, no sorry, if I just delete that off and delete that particular wall off, sorry, I pick that and delete that wall off, and I'm going to go into it again. So I'm going to go to architectural, and then I'm going to wall and structural, and it's remembered the ones that I put into there anyway. So if I pick on there, if I pick the actual wall itself, so, and then if I pick each individual line across there, right, so I'm going to try that again now. So I'm going to zoom into it, and I'm going to try and see, make sure that I'm on the ground level, and I'm going to go into walls, and I'm going to go into click on walls, and I've got the basic cavity 102 into there, making sure that I change that to finish face exterior. I can use that one as I said earlier, but I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use this particular one here. So I'm going to go into there now and click on pick lines, finish face exterior, and I'm going to pick the actual line itself. That's better there. Then, as I say, it's going to pick the wall itself. That's not right again.
There's the reason it's over. Wrapping. It's giving it this negative offset. The skin is 100 mil wide, and it's finished with plasterboard. I'm going to select this wall type here. It's in here. It's remembered I used finished face exterior last time, so I'm just going to keep it like that. That's fine for me. I used this tool here, and then what I did, and the wall type I'm going to change to the cavity wall. So that's the cavity wall we started off with. This one here, cavity 102. Okay. I'm going to select this one now, and I'm going to copy that up, paste it aligned. I'll put that on both levels 2 and 3. So we're already getting some impression of the height of this building. I'll now put walls on the ground and take them up. Okay, so back to the ground level. I'm going to select the wall tool. I'm going to make this a structural wall. And the wall type I'm going to change to the cavity wall. That's for the cavity.